Better than Lego. Better than Lego.
Matthew Johns is in position for a long-range shot. He's with it now, Matthew Johns. Here goes
Yes,
the
hello
second
everyone,
shot.
and welcome to the Johns Family Podcast. As you can probably tell, I'm a little bit scratchy today. This will not go on my greatest hits. Off the top, I'll let you know that. We have had numerous big days in a row. Big grand final weekend, that's what happens, doesn't it, Trish? I'm getting all emotional. Oh my God.
You are?
I am, mate, I am.
You look shocking.
Yes, I do. Hey, Jack, how are you, pal?
Good, Matthew. How are you? Everything all right today? You look a bit down.
Emotional? Yeah, a little bit rattled. Cooper, how are you, mate?
I'm good, thanks, Matthew.
Good to have you home, mate.
Thanks, good to be here.
Yeah.
Really good to have you home.
Good to be live.
Yep, really good.
Only got you for a brief time.
Yes, woke up this morning. How did it end up that me and you were in the same bed together? What happened there?
Well, you came down last night. I was just brushing my teeth, about to go to bed, and you came down and said, "I'm bunking with you." And I said, "Why?" And you said, "Oh, well, I just love you." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I thought Trish might have maybe told you to come down because you are a serial bedwetter. Let's not lie to our podcast listeners. You are a serial bedwetter.
I wouldn't have done that.
And
to you,
I was
Cooper.
very scared that you were going to wet the bed.
Oh
during the
no,
night.
you probably
I was-
didn't sleep.
Yeah. There was actually, so I sort of jumped in on my side, and you put your leg around me and spooned me for probably 5 hours until I gained the courage to sort of push you off. And then you came back, so I jumped on the other side of you
Oh my gosh.
and put up a pillow wall. So you
That's what
couldn't
I
touch
do.
Me. Yeah. But you did get up during the night to do a wee wee.
Okay, guys, I think we've sort of painting a bit of
A poor picture of you.
a poor picture.
Yeah. On that note, I've actually got a story. One of my mates on the weekend. I won't disclose who it was, but he may have a bedwetting issue. And put it this way, he may have had a few drinks after the grand final Sunday night, and he was spooning his missus while he was sleeping, and woke up to a horror where he had unfortunately peed on her back because he was the big spoon.
Oh, give yourself an uppercut.
No. Wow, that's bad.
Righto. Guys, if you were a reality star, who would you be and why, Trish?
I'm going with Sharon Osbourne because she's constantly got to juggle her clowns.
Okay,
Mm.
good one.
Is she a reality star?
Yeah, they were one of the first, the Osbournes.
Yeah, there were.
Okay.
I've got Mark Holden. I suppose on a reality show because I just love Touchdown. Like it's coming back, Australian Idol.
Yeah, but he's not in.
Yeah, well, why? Like,
I don't know. They've got Carl Sanderlan.
You'd be good.
They're two internationals. I can't
Simon
remember who they are.
Cowell?
No, it's not Simon Cowell. Is it Harry Connick Jr.?
Oh, that's a little left.
Yeah.
Left to centre.
Amy Shark.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And another female international. I can't remember who that is.
Bjork.
No.
Okay.
Hmm.
What about you, Coop?
I had Rick Harrison from Porn Stars. If you have seen Porn Stars.
No.
Yeah, no,
Is that Porn in Gear?
PAW?
PAW.
Yeah, good.
Right.
Trish.
I'm just checking.
Please get your head out of the gutter.
Yeah.
I've obviously never watched it.
Honestly,
No, it's
Trish.
good. He's the bold dude in it. And I just enjoy the show. Always watch it.
Rick.
Yeah, Rick Harrison.
You'd suit the name Rick, Coop.
Rick from Arizona.
Mm.
What about you, Jack?
Funny, Trish went with Sharon Osbourne. I went with Ozzy, probably because I'd forget that the cameras are on and I'd just start doing heaps of weird shit.
Oh.
I've got an Ozzy Osbourne shirt on right now. It's whatever
He does.
relevance
Lift it
that
up.
means. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Isn't it a werewolf?
Yeah, but it's Ozzy
Yeah, but it's
Osbourne.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, right.
Oh, it's feeding. It's going to be one of those shows. People, best comedy. So the theme today, people, I forgot to
Jeez, you're slow, brother.
inform you all, is that the theme is the year 2014. And on that note, what was the best comedy of 2014? Patricia.
Sorry, who are you? Who was your reality star?
Mark Holden.
Oh, that's right. Boring. That's why I forgot it. Sorry. Best comedy. It was a real stinker of a year for comedies. I've got a few.
You've got to have a sense of humour.
I'm
to know
going to
what's
pick
funny or not.
Blended with Adam Sandler.
Oh, no way.
That is a turd.
It is a turd. 15% Rotten Tomatoes.
Why'd you pick it?
Because it's a stinker of the year.
Mm.
It's not my
Okay.
best. I just went, they're all stinkers.
Mm.
But I've got a list of others
I-
if you want them.
I've gone Chef. Yeah, which
That was
I
a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. What's
Well, it's best comedy.
Yeah.
Yes,
I know.
best. Yeah, it's more. It was. It's not dissimilar to The Bear.
Yeah.
John Favreau, 87% Rotten Tomatoes. Very, very good movie.
But it wasn't actually a comedy, was it?
oh, it's a dramedy.
Yeah, a dramedy.
Yeah.
And he has another show, Jack, that you're fond of, as you that John Favreau now, where it is a cooking show that you're big on.
Yeah, it's called The Chef Show.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
It's named after that movie.
Yeah, right.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. He gets people on and they cook a dish with him.
Oh.
It's very good. Jack got me onto it.
He's a,
too.
he's a real surprise packet, isn't he, John Favreau? I never realised that he directed Iron Man and all those shows.
Did he
Yeah.
direct Iron Man?
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah.
As well as starred in it.
And
Starred, yeah, yep.
co-starred.
He was in that movie Swingers too, earlier with Vince Vaughn, which is a bit of a cult movie. It's good. Anyway, by the by, good.
I actually had the interview with
Oh.
Seth Rogen and James Franco, which is one of my favorites. Actually, two interviewers go over to North Korea and interview Kim Jong Un,
Mm.
and very funny. 52% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it caused a lot of controversy for a bit.
Did they have to, in that movie, do they have to run away in the end?
Yes.
Yeah, well, that happened with friends of ours.
Yeah, Morgan.
yeah.
Yeah,
He went
friends
in
of
there
ours.
under, which was
He and his mate.
his stunt was inspired by the movie, and went in there and went to North Korea. And they pretended they were golf professionals, and end up they had to flee out of the country.
Yeah.
Things got pretty heavy.
Yeah, I think they realized they weren't when they started actually playing golf, apparently, and they were really bad.
Did Morgan tell you? Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yep. What are you, Jack?
I went with Cooper. I did the same thing. The interview. I think it's got a lot of subtle comedy in it. Like at the start when what's his name, Dave Skylark or something like that, and he's interviewing guests. It's I recommend people to watch it. It's very, very funny.
Have you guys watched Guardian of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
Because that got 92%. Is that a comedy?
No. Oh, it's one
Well-
of those Marvel movies. It's funny.
Oh.
It's a funny one.
What
But,
else was on your list there, Trish?
Oh, a real stinker. I actually went to the movies and watched this called The Other Woman with Cameron Diaz.
Right.
They got 26%. That was another stinker.
Trish, our week.
Yes, Matt.
we had-
Oh,
we've
it's
had-
been big.
Friday we had our sort of Fox breakup party, then had to go to the Star, me, Joey and Fletch, and do a bit of a talk. When you get myself, Joey and Fletch together to do a talk, they said, just make sure it's not too blue. I said, well, what are we going to talk about? But it was good. And then we had that surprise party after that.
You did. We had Katie's surprise party.
It was a big, big Friday, which then tipped into a big Saturday because you put on a spread here. We had 20 people over.
Yeah, which was really fun.
Gordon come over. Sweet Gordon, tell us. He,
Sweet man. He's
yeah.
good. How good is he? Good. He was a few hours late though.
He was late. He bumped into some people in the city from North Queensland, apparently.
What do we think of
Showered them drinks.
What do we think of
He
the grand,
said.
What do we think of the grand final?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. The grand final.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it. I went to bed.
I actually didn't watch it.
If it,
In
well,
all
I'll give you my
seriousness.
opinion.
Yeah.
If it was a grand final, like all the predictions, like all the probably most popular opinions and predictions for it probably happened. Like I'd say it was a grand final that a lot of people probably expected, although everyone probably hoped for something a bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's too good. From round one, I've rarely seen a team from round one be red hot favourites and no one's opinion changed right throughout the year, and they just got them and did the job.
And I did like the pre-game entertainment. Jimmy was great. I
Was it
watched
Jimmy?
that. I
Who
watched
else
that.
did it with Jimmy?
Jimmy was awesome.
Jimmy,
He had the whole
a fellow of
family.
Teskey, Mahalia and Jane and
Diesel,
Diesel. Yeah.
Jackie on the drums.
Yeah.
The whole family are up there.
Yeah.
That was very,
That's how
very
they
good.
roll.
That's how they roll, mate.
He,
the family that sings
was
together,
good.
stays together.
He's perfect for an NRL grand
He
final.
absolutely was. He had a lot of energy.
I feel like sometimes we can probably go in the direction of getting pre-game performances that don't suit the game very much.
Very true.
Yeah,
Or the crowd,
I agree.
I guess.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I think
Yeah.
you give the people what they want. That's what it is.
Wouldn't it be good for, obviously the AFL did it, but like Robbie Williams to do NRL one time?
Yeah.
He'd suit it.
I don't know.
You don't reckon?
And apparently someone said he was $1 million, which to me isn't a lot to pay for a big international act. I wouldn't think. Like, obviously, I'm not paying for it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
No, I
yeah,
would
yeah.
think that wouldn't be a lot. I would have imagined it would have been more.
Well, what would you imagine Jimmy would get?
He sang a couple of new songs, so I assume there might have been a deal done there.
Yeah, because he's
I'm
touring
predicting.
in November, so I'm going to go and watch him.
Are you now? Okay.
I've got a very busy November.
World Cup team was announced for all the various World Cup teams. Harry Grant, Coop, your man, named in the Australian side. Well done, Harry.
Well done, Harrison.
And
At hooker?
And Tino. Well, they're in
Or
the
just
squad.
a squad. Oh, Tino's in?
Boys, Cooper, we're as we're recording this, are you? I don't want to sound like a bad father here, but are you going to the World Cup?
I am going to the World Cup on I leave Friday
What day
this
this
week.
comes
So
out?
when it comes out, you might see me at the airport if you're listening to it.
Yep.
Feel free to come up and say good day.
Who do you play? Who's got first up? Italy.
Scotland.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. And then we have Fiji.
Yes.
Right. And third up, got a real easy game.
Yeah, we play Australia in that third game, which will be interesting.
Yeah.
To see.
Well, who knows, mate? Your tail's up. Who else is in the Italian squad?
Nathan Brown from the Eels.
Oh, yep. Jack's man. You room with Brownie, the last World Cup.
Unfortunately, Jack isn't coming. Trent Liero isn't coming. Hurt his back. Paul Vaughan's not coming.
Paul Vavon, not?
Paul Vavoni. I think he's he's got some other stuff on.
Good barbecue. So
Tedesco's not coming?
No, he's playing for.
I know.
Do you?
I do.
Okay.
I was being a smart ass.
But there's a few boys in the various reserve grade comps who are playing. Luke Pacelli, one of your old players who you've coached before.
Yep. Yes.
He's playing. We've got Daniel Atkinson who played a game. That's right, Trish.
It's fine, Trish. Trish is coughing in the mic.
I'm representing your nationality, doing it for you, and you just cough all
Hey,
over
mate,
it.
if they don't give me a passport, then I don't want them to take my son.
Yeah.
Okay, they're not taking me. This isn't a Liam Neeson movie.
Yeah, but you're doing them a favour, really.
I come with a special set of skills. Remember that we went to the embassy, the Italian embassy.
Oh, don't even. That was
to
hilarious.
try to get the passport. And when we turned up there, what we were relying on, because Trish's mum and dad renounced their Italian citizenship just before Trish was born.
Yeah, because you had to. If you became an Australian citizen, you were forced
had to renounce. Yes,
it wasn't an
so
option.
they renounced, and which meant Trish is the only one in her family and grandkids and everything who haven't got an Italian passport.
Yeah, I'm the only one. So when you go onto the Italian website, they actually talk about the bloodline and being of blood, and that qualifies you. Well, I'm 100% bloodline Italian. However, all my siblings, their partners can get passports and their children. So they're partners who have not one little ounce of Italian heritage in them.
Don't get racist, Trish, okay?
Well, it's not fair.
Yeah.
It's not right, and it's not fair.
So we turned up and I said, Trish, let's just have a throw at the stumps, right? Let's just turn up there. Let's rely on them being so disorganised.
Yes, that's what we're hoping.
That they don't actually find that vital bit of paper that said that Connie and Tony had renounced. So we turn up there. Things were looking really good because we turned up at the Italian embassy and there were about 100 people in there.
And can I mention, the appointment was made a year before.
Yep.
12 months out, had to make the.
So we go to a room and there is no order. Everyone just stands there and the person behind the glass goes, okay, who's next? And everyone looks at each other.
Oh, no, I think there was some sort of number system.
Trish, don't get in the way of the
Ruin
story.
Oh, sorry.
And we went up there, we explained the situation. The guy was like, okay, he looked absolutely dumbfounded, everything we were saying. And we went away and I said to Trish, this is a certainty. And unfortunately, they found the piece of paper.
Yeah.
They had their one. We picked the day their one good day, and unfortunately, we did not get our Italian passports.
No,
Anyway,
which means you boys don't
well,
get it.
You don't. This is another reason I'm going over. Maybe I'll meet someone within the squad who's got a hookup who can potentially push for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Think about that.
Well, Cooper, if anyone can do it, I believe you can.
I can.
Just something I read just before. It came out in the paper today. If the 4 star signs, which might explain if you're a serial killer.
Sorry? 4 star sign.
The star signs. You know.
Oh,
Leo,
as in
basically
astrological.
the 4 most. If you're one of these 4, you're
Higher.
most likely to be a serial killer. Virgo,
We don't have any Virgos.
Geminis,
Nope.
Pisces
Nope.
and Sagittarius.
Nope.
No. So we're
Right.
fine.
Are we all Cancers? And then Jack?
You're a Cancerian, we're Leos,
Okay.
and Jack's a Libran. You know, Cooper was due on my, but Cooper's a Leo. Cooper was due on my birthday,
Oh.
but it was
great.
only that my placenta had stopped working.
Oh my God! What we'll do, people, are gonna if you jump on the
So it came a few
jump
weeks
on our
early.
website and we'll show a picture of Trisha's placenta so you can bow to it.
Well,
Let's have a discussion, ladies and gentlemen. It's Trisha's placenta. Hello, I'm sorry that I do not work properly. And that my son should have
who does
been.
that sound like?
Why does it sound like? What's
Bane.
Yeah, Bane.
Trisha's
Dear sweet Lord.
Trisha's placenta is actually Ted Hardy. What's his name?
the Tom Hardy?
Sorry.
Oh man, you are all over the shop today, Matthew.
Charlie is sitting on my podcast mic.
Yeah, I'm
over
sorry.
there.
He's-
Now, people, best album of 2014. Can I lead off here? I reckon it's probably the worst year
I
in
know.
history of creativity.
I agree.
Okay.
And evidence, I refuse to actually name one because they had the top 50 list in Rolling Stones. And number 2 and number 1 says it all. Number 2 song of that year, or album of that year, was Songs of Innocence, U2.
And that was a terrible
It
album.
was a shocking album. And the number 1 was Bruce Springsteen's album, ironically named High Hopes. It should have been called No Hopes.
What songs
right?
were on it? Do you know any?
High Hopes.
Oh,
And
right.
it's a real stinker.
Oh man.
Trish, what have you got, mate?
Well, I
You got a
was the
list?
same. There were no best albums. I just went for a couple of my good songs.
Yep.
Sia did Chandelier.
Oh, yeah. Where's a good song there?
Well, that's
Oh,
quite an
sorry.
iconic song.
Right,
Actually,
okay.
it's probably the film clip that had more popularity.
Right.
And this won't be popular with you because you don't like this band, but Maroon 5 Maps, I really like that song too.
Oh, man.
How does that go?
They suck. They suck so much. Maroon 5. I hate Maroon 5. God, he's a turd.
He's
I think that's right.
He-
Hey,
He's-
you know what I like what we did last week where we chucked on the last Gavin put the last 30 seconds as the
Yeah.
glow.
Yes, that was my touch.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
We should put a little something on the end of this.
Not
one.
Maroon
Okay,
5.
who
No, no,
gets it
not
this
Maroon-
week?
Well, it could be me.
Well,
Okay.
let's have a think about this. Yeah.
I had X by Ed Sheeran.
How does that go?
No, that's the album.
Oh, okay.
X,
XXX.
Xma,
Songs on there. Well, Sing. One called Sing.
sing.
Okay.
Give us a hum.
Why don't you actually sing it and not just yell it at the mic?
Okay.
I See Fire
I see fire, I see fire, I see fire. It's a great song.
and Thinking Out Loud.
I'm thinking out loud. I'm saying it, baby.
No, that's a good song.
I am the night rider.
That is a good song.
Okay, can you hum it for me? Just give me the tune.
Actually, can't even think of it
Yeah.
out loud.
Okay.
Why don't you play it to
I'll dig it
yourself?
first. Okay.
Yeah, you, Jack.
Well, we
do
listen
you,
to Jack, I'll
What do
find
you
it.
got, mate?
Well, I got 2 albums I actually quite like from that year. They're not massive albums, and they're not from huge bands, but the band Spoon, they got an album called They Want My Soul, which I'm a big fan of.
Love that. They want my soul.
And then Alt J had an album this year called This Is All Yours. That's a very good album.
Love old
So,
Jay.
what
This
song,
is all
like,
yours.
what would be the most popular song from that we might know?
Is
Left
Spoon
Hand
Rent?
Free is on.
Is Rent I Pay on Spoon, or am I thinking of a completely different?
Rent I Pay is on that album, yeah. From
Yeah,
Spoon.
okay, that's a good song.
Is Cotton Eye
Yeah,
Joe
and
on that
then-
as well?
Oh, stop it, Matt. I'm going to have to put you down.
What is wrong with you?
You
I
put
know.
me down, all right. Put me
Okay,
down,
here.
Chinatown.
He's singing.
What is actually going on?
Oh, mate.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I wasn't big on that
You don't
sing
like that
one.
one?
No.
Okay,
Yeah, it's a good one,
just
Trish.
take the podcast.
Think Out
off.
Loud. Oh, yeah, that's a lovely one.
Yeah, okay.
So I hate songs like that. God, it's so bad.
Is
Maybe.
he touring again soon? Man,
Are you,
he
is
has-
looking at, are you asking Gav?
well,
Yeah.
Gavin was the only one that answered, so yes, I am.
He is. He is. Yeah. He's coming to.
I'd like to see him,
yeah,
actually.
Sydney and Melbourne.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like to see Dragon too.
Well, that won't happen.
Okay.
I'd love to see Alt J. I would love to see Alt J.
I want to have Alt J for dinner. Can someone call Alt J? Jack, have you got Alt J's number? I'll give him a call. It's just, anyway.
He's
Oh,
not-
Jack's not liking us at all.
Uh,
Actually, I don't think he likes you more so.
Trish, anything catch your attention as far as
Yeah.
social media and
Yeah.
whatnot?
Well, actually, just this morning I saw little Harry Grant, bless, man of the people. He stopped. He was going on a surf check. I'm assuming it was up north. And he went to check the surf, saw some kids playing footy in the park, stopped and had a game with them.
What a creep.
We love Harry.
What a disgust.
What a creep.
Trish,
Honestly.
I'll stop you there as well because Harry's girlfriend Brooke sent me a video. He wasn't stopping for their sake. He was doing it. He used it as he just found out he had to tour to the Australian tour next week, so he wanted to get some reps in, and he was actually being quite physical on these poor kids, and he was using it as an opportunity to practice.
Well, that's disgusting.
Because they were 9.
Yeah, they were 9.
That is disgusting. People of his profile doing that to kids. You know what I mean? It's disgusting.
That's, I mean, using his, obviously he's 24 and they're 9 years old. He's got a significant physical dominance over these kids, and he's using his strength.
Using those children as a vehicle to build his own confidence.
I think one was taken
disgusting.
off
Hang your head
in an
in shame.
ambulance.
Oh, really?
Actually. Yeah. No.
Actually, he had a nut allergy.
No, stop it.
Yeah. Okay, Trish. a good
Another
one.
thing I saw, USA Today show reported
Oh, great.
this is quite ingenious. A North Carolina woman printed her resume on a cake and had it hand delivered to Nike
Sorry.
for a job. It was. I was hoping that it was a marketing position.
Excuse me.
Did you understand that in your little pea brain, Matthew?
Why? I mean,
Okay, so rather than send in her resume via the mail on paper or via the internet in an email,
Yep.
she actually had a cake made and her resume iced on the
What's disgusting?
on the
What a
top
waste,
of the cake.
What a waste of flour.
Did she get?
Did she get the job? Did she get the position?
Well, apparently she's having meetings with Nike and I believe other companies who have heard of her ingenuity.
Yeah, they should bake a cake and just send it to them saying you're fired. You
Well, you
were
can't fire someone that's
unsuccessful.
not hired
Well,
yet.
give her the job and then just fire her.
But I thought that was very clever.
Do you now?
Yeah,
Well,
I did.
Okay, well, good for you. What else you got there, Trish?
That's it
Good.
from social media. Anyone else?
What about you boys, mate? And this week, anything really catch your fancy?
Yeah, actually, I've. I'm sorry, Jack. I'll. You know what? You go. I haven't heard from you much.
No. I'll give it to you.
Right, I'll
You
go.
son.
I was listening to a podcast on the drive back to Sydney the other day.
Oh, good for
And,
you.
yeah, I was listening to a fair few podcasts, actually, not this one. But he spoke about he was on a date and he was really drunk and he was transferring money over from one account to the other and he flashed his bank account to the girl and they were talking about it on the podcast. And it sparked a story in my mind. And it's one of my it was one of my Melbourne teammates, and unfortunately, he did a little tactic where he was talking to a girl, and he locked his phone on his banking app. So as soon as you logged into it, as soon as you opened your phone, his bank account comes straight up, and unfortunately, this girl, he was like, "Oh, I'll show you. I want to show you something." He said, "Oh, follow yourself on Instagram. Follow yourself on Instagram." So she's sitting there and he's like logging into his phone, balls straight on the banking app, and she goes, "Oh my god!" And he was like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't want you to see that." But use the leverage of I guess finance and money in order to.
That's just,
Oh, so he did it intentionally.
Yeah.
So she saw his
Well,
balance. Is that the point?
saw his bank balance.
yeah, right. Can I just say something right now? Nelson Solomona, you are a disgrace.
No, it's not Nelson de Salomona.
Okay. Yes.
You can have another guess,
I'll
though.
have
If you
another
want.
guess.
No.
I'll give you one more guess.
Brandon Smith.
No, it's not Brand.
Not
You
Brandon.
only get 2 guesses because I don't actually want you to get it.
Yeah, don't get it.
Okay. All right. Ryan Pappenhausen, you are a disgrace.
That is attracting people for the wrong reasons.
That'd be a
boys.
big bank balance, though.
Yeah.
That man has got fingers in pies.
He's a clever
business.
young
He's a
man.
fig-
Figures
Business
in
everywhere.
greyhounds.
Good on him. I hope not.
Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, that's the only reason I went out with Trish for the money. Because,
What money?
sorry.
What money?
No.
Oh my God.
No, that's the reason.
Who are you?
That's what attracted to me to you. I had nowhere to stay in Newcastle, and I just moved in.
Yeah, that's actually probably true.
Yeah, 6 months I stayed there, and then we found a place together, and the rest, as they say, is history,
A
baby.
nightmare.
I am the Night Rider. I'm a fuel injected machine, baby. Boys, anything else, Jack? This week caught your tension or fancy or
I was
anything?
gonna go on a bit of a tangent for a minute, but then I thought to myself, no, I'll tell a different story. What about like last night? So you had a few drinks. I obviously came back to Newcastle. Last night, and me and Cooper went for dinner and came back, and there was this bloke in the middle of the street, right? And he's just, and he'd had a few drinks, a few sherbets under his belt. And then as we got a bit closer, we realised it was this bloke we'd met at lunch that Cobber had brought home.
Oh, yes.
And he was having a few dances with Matthew and Trish. So I couldn't remember what his name was. So as we sort of approached him, I thought it'd be funny to act like an Uber, because he looked like he was waiting for an Uber.
Oh,
so
no.
me and Cooper in the car, and we pulled up next to him, and I forget, Uber for Dave. And he's going, Dane? And I'm going, yeah, mate, get in. So like we thought by this stage he would have figured it out. It wasn't that dark yet. And he's looking me dead in the eye. He'd met me like 3 hours earlier, and he's like trying to almost rip the door off its hinges, trying to get into this, what he thought was an Uber, as he proceeded to headlock me in the front, in the passenger seat.
Oh, man. It's funny
Yeah,
games.
that's about my week.
That's how we roll.
Fair.
You're on a roll now, Jack. What's your song for the week, mate?
My song for the week is Animal by Pearl Jam.
Oh,
I've been
God,
listening-
love it.
Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of Pearl Jam lately, and yeah, that's a good track.
When you get a little bit of distance from a band, like when you have a bit of separation from Pearl Jam, we were talking about this the other day. When you hear a Pearl Jam song, I don't know where you go. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they don't play a lot of Pearl Jam. It doesn't get played a lot.
Oh, yes, it does.
On WSFM, they don't do that, Trish.
I don't know.
On Dad's old radio station, they do.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was every day.
Oh, I didn't think that they did.
Yeah.
I thought they were more Bon Jovi.
It was both.
Mm.
Gloria spoken. Okay, we'll take a break and be back with more of 2014. Thanks for listening. Stay with us. Welcome back to the podcast.
I have no idea where this is going, man.
Okay.
You're
Big-
fruity.
I think you're still drunk.
Oh, I think I am.
I'm going to put him to bed after this.
Oh, you betcha. Keep your hot lips on me,
Oh,
you
gosh.
devil woman. Biggest event of 2014, Trish?
Okay, I went
Apart from you
with
being constipated.
the resurgence of Ebola in West Africa, and that's particularly relevant at the moment because there's been increasing cases in Uganda.
Cuba?
I actually just seen on yours that we actually have the same one. Malaysian Airlines flight,
Yeah. Yes.
370 disappears, which was huge news at the time.
It was massive news.
terrible.
Yeah.
Do we still really know what happened with that?
Was it over?
Shut down.
Was it shot down?
Oh,
Shut
no,
down
is that the one
by
that
the
was
Russians? Yeah,
Oh, but what?
Russian separatists.
Oh, okay. So which was the Malaysian airline? Wasn't it the same year
I think there was only one.
that the one went missing? The Malaysian Airlines
I
flight
think
went
this-
missing?
I think this is the one.
No, there was another one that went missing. There was one that shot down that they knew that, and then there was the Malaysian Airlines flight
Yeah,
that
right.
actually went missing, remember?
Well, I thought that was the one I was talking about. The
No.
Bermuda, was it Bermuda Triangle one? Was it?
Yeah, was it
around,
Bermuda Triangle?
I thought it was the Bermuda Triangle that it went missing in.
No.
No. I've gone to Scotland remains in the UK. They had a referendum and decided to stay, which is funny because
Did they?
Like the William Wallace and all that stories. You think, man, and but they decided to stay in the UK.
Thank God. Because I do love the Scottish.
Planet Funk.
Oh, you've been singing that all day.
Sorry,
Jacko?
I've gone with the resurgence of not the resurgence, the striking of Ebola in West Africa, same as you, Trish. That was a big.
Oh, it's really big.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
Certainly made a big impact on you two.
Yeah. Well, we had friends that were going over at the time, and two families. One family cancelled, the other continued and didn't get Ebola, thankfully, and the other didn't go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did Jack build that up like it was going to be a completely different one, and then just said, "Oh yeah."
You know what's funny? You guys had the same one, so did we.
Oh, wow, Matt.
Yes.
That is hilarious.
Wow.
Got any
Oh my God.
feedback, Trish?
I do.
Maybe we should pick a better year next time.
Yeah, but sometimes you got to have dog ears too.
Oh, steady on.
Dog years.
Oh, here we go.
Actually, no,
Suspense is
I
killing me.
didn't do feedback. Oh, a bit off my game. Sorry about that, people, but that's okay. Although, everyone came back to me and backed you up on full ball.
Yeah. Full ball.
Yeah.
Full
still,
ball.
Still, I reckon most people would say full ball. And you know what?
Absolutely.
Another one I
No,
thought
they
of
don't.
is I heard it on the radio the other day.
I saw
And you
it
know
on
they
the
say
television.
hunker down.
Bunker down.
No, apparently it's hunker down, but I've always said bunker down.
Bunker down.
Hang on a
Yeah.
second.
It can't be hunker down.
Bunker
Where's the
Mate. Yeah.
No, I believe it's hunker down.
It's bunker down.
But
Jesus.
in what context would you say hunker down?
You know, let's hunker down and, you know, get this problem sorted.
Bunker down.
Well, I thought it was hunker down too.
It's bunker down, not hunker
Bunker,
down.
as in a bunker, Trish.
Yes, I understand.
I don't think you do. She's going through her
Okay,
phone.
is hunker down a saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hunker down is a literal phrase which has taken on a figurative meaning, which makes it an idiom. We will examine the meaning of the idiom, where it came from, and how. Oh, well, we don't want to go into that. Okay.
Any other
Hunker
food?
down may mean to take shelter, but then
No, it means to literally crouch.
Okay.
Okay. Any other
this is
feedback?
too.
Trish, any other feedback?
Yeah, bunker down is to find shelter. Yeah, ignore that. Can we edit that out, please?
No, don't
Anyway.
edit that, Gav.
No.
Let that stand
No.
as an indication,
I've had a
symbolic
very
of what
busy-
I have to put up with.
I've had a very busy week.
That's why when you turn on the show sometimes and I look sad. Yep. Righto. Next
Stop,
up.
John. Okay, Jack, you've joined our Dragon Club. You've been getting into House of the Dragon.
Yeah, I have actually. Is it weird that I haven't watched Game of Thrones though, but I'm into the prequel?
Yeah, I think a lot of people would be like that.
Well, if it's a prequel, you can watch it,
That's
I guess,
right.
without watching Game of Thrones.
I struggled to watching Game of Thrones, but maybe I have to give it a second go.
Yeah, it's getting quite evil now. There's some crazy shit going on.
No spoilers, Trish. No spoilers.
Okay, I won't. Yeah, okay, I went there. I'm
How many
surprised.
episodes is it?
I don't know, but we're up to about maybe 6. This
Okay.
week came out. I haven't actually watched this week's as yet because I've been very busy.
Obviously not putting together this podcast.
Well, who else put it together, Matt? Matt, can you tell the story the other night? Georgia, you and I sat down for dinner and my phone rang and I just went, oh, I'll just leave it. It'll be some telemarketer like they're killing me.
Yep.
Matt picks it up. Please tell the people what the conversation sounded like. It was
Yeah, so you picked it up in person. It's like, you know, and it's clear it's a one of those people trying to see something. So they're like, you know, chatting away, and I said, "Oh, wow, thank you so much for calling."
I think his name was Trent.
I live by myself, and I'm really bored, and
Had a really bad week.
I've had a really, really bad week. Would you mind just sort of let me like tell you all about it? The person's there going, "Oh, sir," you know, and trying to get it. I'm going, no, stay there. Okay, now what happened? And talk through my week. And anyway, they hung up on me.
I know, how rude.
Yeah, I know.
How very rude.
Yeah, yes, it did.
Oh. And the other thing that just caught my eye, I was driving through Potts Point the other day, and there was a man walking 5 King Charles Cavaliers. 5.
5.
Yeah.
Must have been a profession of his.
Do you reckon? But
Yeah.
all King Charles Cavaliers? I don't reckon. I reckon they were his.
Yeah, he's a King
Yeah.
Charles Cavaliers.
And tell him what else he was doing.
Nothing.
He was masturbating as
Oh,
well.
stop it.
He was.
Oh, how many dogs do you think is too many to have?
Oh,
I think 5
6.
is too many.
Probably, I think anything over 3.
I
3's
agree.
the limit.
Yeah, I think so too.
If you have 4 dogs, I think it's more of it's a weird like fetish sort of thing. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
weird.
You actually need a separate house for them.
No, I just think you're weird. Like you're a weird person.
Okay, so what did we come to the
Just
conclusion?
branding a lot of people there.
How many? What
We say,
is-
I think 3. What do you think, Jacko?
Yeah, I'd even go as far as to say any more than 2 is a
Yeah.
bit weird.
I ran 19.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay, guys, best sporting achievement of 2014, Jack.
Mate, I went with the Seattle Seahawks winning the Super Bowl over the Denver Broncos.
Oh yeah. It was.
They slaughtered them. They pumped them.
And the quarterback of Seattle now,
Russell Wilson.
He's at Denver now. He's at Denver Broncos.
He is.
Yeah, fun fact.
Good runner of the football.
And apparently a nice guy.
Yeah, apparently listens to the podcast.
Big listener to the podcast. Only walks 5 dogs apparently at once. Coop, what do you got?
I actually had the same thing as the NFL. Odell Beckham Jr. his catch. He did a one-handed catch in the corner. You've probably seen it. It got labelled the greatest catch ever. And it was a huge social media sensation at the time. And it probably pushed Odell Beckham Jr. to be like one of the a really sort of famous worldwide, because I had never heard of him before it. So well done, Odell.
It's funny. You haven't got one, Trish?
No.
Yes, you have.
I may have forgotten.
Yeah, you've forgotten it again.
Another thing.
We went and saw. Me and Jack went and saw Odell Beckham Jr. play. We was New York Giants versus Indianapolis Colts that night. We went, Jack, and he honestly dropped 4 or 5 straight balls. What's David Beckham's wife?
Victoria.
They were calling him Victoria Beckham.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Or they're chanting it?
They're going. No, they're just going.
Not Posh Spice. Just
Yeah. Anyway, I've gone the Bunnies winning their first competition since 1971.
That was massive and very emotional for everyone.
It was awesome.
Sam walking around the field with his eye or his cheek?
Busted his cheekbone. Mate, GI doing the goanna when he scored. Yep, great night. Madge.
You look back on that side, because at the time, Coruscant and Luke Keary probably weren't really as probably in that sort of superstar tier as they are in now.
Yeah.
But they actually had a
great
good side. They look back now. Because at the time,
stacked as.
Yeah. At the time, that Bulldogs team was probably the real, they were stacked. They had a lot of players.
Yeah.
But when you're looking back now, geez, they were stacked.
They were just more stacked.
They were just,
One side was stacked and the other one was stacked. It was just a matter of which one was more stacked.
Yeah.
And I reckon the Bunnies were the stackedest.
Wow, you're making me so hungry right now. I feel like pancakes.
Do you know, we met some nice, really lovely Bulldogs fans yesterday. Bulldogs fans are nice, actually. We met some lovely ones in Melbourne as well.
You know what it is? They're extremely loyal. Because
they are.
They haven't had a lot of success the last,
last
15
decade.
years.
Yeah.
So they're very loyal, nice people.
They are nice.
Good on them.
We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back in a moment. Welcome back to the podcast, people. Oh, boy, it's been a tough one. Really tough. My stomach is turning, people. When I decide to draw the curtains on this particular podcast, I'm going straight to bed and going to lay down. There you go.
You just got one job to do before you do that.
What's that?
Got to take
Make
all
love.
the bottles from the weekend over to the Skogs'.
Oh, no, I won't
bin.
I can't do that straight away.
Oh,
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coops. Coop, while you're on a roll, mate, what placed itself upon your goat this week?
I've actually, now cool your horses because they've got 3 things.
So hang on.
Love to hear it.
Cool your horses. I think it's cool your jets.
No, hold your horses.
Hunker down.
Hold your horses.
Is my
3
son.
things. First thing is, I've come back to Sydney and I feel like a stranger in my own home.
Okay.
First night I had to sleep on the couch.
By your choice. There
By
was a
my
bed there.
choice. Jack had one of the beds.
Well, it's a queen bed.
Jack had one of the beds. I'm not sleeping with my brother. I'll sleep with my father. That is it.
You?
But
That doesn't sound weird.
obviously there's we've got another guest in the house at the moment taking out one of the rooms.
George,
Our daughter.
our favourite child.
And I feel like she's probably getting a little bit. I feel like she needs to probably go.
No, don't you dare.
I just think it's
Mate, you're going on Friday. See ya.
I just think the house is it's just a little bit too small for this amount of people, and I think she needs to leave.
No,
Not happening.
I've got bad news for you, Coops.
Yeah.
She's staying, man. She's staying. She's part of the family.
We love her.
Okay. Second thing, went out for a beer with Nico Hines the other day.
We didn't speak about Nico's Dally M win.
God.
Well, I'm bringing it up now.
Thank
We can talk
you.
about it
Good
now.
work.
Congratulations on your Dally M, Nico.
Well done, Nico.
So happy for him.
Good on him. Well done. Did you tip him? Did you think he was going to get it?
Did he tell you what we did?
Huh?
At the start of the year, I had a discussion with him, and I said, if you're leading the Dally M's by mid-year, I'll shout you dinner.
But he wasn't leading it. Was he leading it at mid-year?
Yeah, he was. Or I think he might have said in the top 5.
Okay.
They're winning the whole thing.
So now you got to pay for dinner.
Yeah, you could pay for dinner. Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Did Nico get picked in the Australian squad?
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. Very controversial.
Really?
Yeah.
That's why we
You
go
stand-
Like,
He's on
how
standby,
does
though.
that work? Oh, is that?
Okay.
Yeah, him, Cookie, and
Dill Edwards?
it
Dylan
might have
Edwards
been
didn't
Dylan
make
Edwards.
it.
Yeah.
Dylan Edwards didn't make it either.
He's
yeah.
on standby, Jack's saying.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Stand
there's 3
by.
standby.
For physicals, after physicals. Is that what it is?
No, just standbys, as in like.
In case someone gets hurt.
Yeah, that's what I mean,
like
though.
reserves.
But obviously they've picked the squad. Won't they all have to go and have their physicals,
Does
medical checks?
Does standby mean they travel, Jack?
Well, if there's major injury too, like say someone has a major injury and has to leave the tour or whatever,
They'd fly
would
them
obviously
over.
go and they'd be replacing them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a little tough though. Like
gotta
you can't
turn
be
up
sitting
for
at home twiddling your thumbs, waiting for someone to get hurt, or
Yeah.
you know.
Let's get physicals.
Sorry, but back to the actual point.
Yeah.
So we went out for a few beers, and he was handled himself very well because he was getting quite hammered. Old Nicholas was, as you would imagine, after just winning the Dally M.
Yeah.
Handled himself very well, very respectful young man. But it reminded
Yes.
me of a time somebody else won a special medal. Cameron Munster won the Wally Lewis medal, and they went to Byron Bay. And King of Networking, Shandor Earl, went out with him and actually wore the medal, made money take it out with him so Shandor could wear it the whole night in Byron Bay. And then the next day there was an article slamming Shandor, saying that Shandor Earl was using the Wally Lewis medal to pick up girls.
And was he?
Well, I wouldn't expect Shandor would need the Wally Lewis medal to pick up girls
True.
because he was probably the best looking bloke in Byron at the time.
He's a good fella.
But then there was a lot of Shandor actually blew up and on his social media was saying, no, like laughing about it. I did not try to use this medal to pick up girls. I don't need a medal in order to pick up girls. I have.
Yeah, it's great.
My personality.
And then a Batuta advocate type post came out and it said, Wally Lewis medal wears Shandor Earl to try to pick up girls.
Well done, boys.
Cute.
Bravo.
Oh, it
Cute,
was so
cute.
good.
Brilliant.
It
We
was
got
brilliant.
there.
They do a good job.
We got there.
And then I've got one more. Big game yesterday. We were at the Newport having a little drink. We were actually up at Bert's
That was
having a
yummy.
beautiful lunch, a glass of red, and then we went down to the Newport to enjoy a little drink. And the girl actually said, "That's right, you just yawned right over the mic."
Mm.
Dad actually said to the girl said to Dad when he was getting drinks, she said, "Oh, you having a good day?" Dad goes, "Oh, actually, no, I've just come from a funeral."
Oh my god.
As he does, he loves taking the piss out of everyone. And she goes, "Oh, tried to make it as uncomfortable for her as possible." Anyway, I thought nothing of it. And I've woken up and looked at my Instagram this morning, and I had a message from the girl saying, "I hope you enjoyed the funeral yesterday." And
I hope you enjoyed the funeral.
yeah, I don't know what she was trying to get out of that. Whether it was,
I think she probably realised that he was lying.
well, I think maybe. I don't think so at all. I think the girl was probably just trying to slide into my.
Well, it would be an
Oh.
unusual thing for someone to say, enjoy a funeral.
Well, I don't know who the girl is, and I
Mm.
don't follow her. She doesn't follow me, and she's found me,
Oh.
and now she's used the funeral as a way to go
She's
into
like-
my
she's-
DMs.
Did you-
she's like Will Ferrell in the Wedding Crashers. His character Chaz.
Chaz.
Oh, no.
She's using grief, I think, to try to come.
Well, Matt kills me off quite a bit. Was it my funeral by chance?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
No.
Remember the time it was some of Jack's friends, mums, they were there, and I was walking down the street with Jack, and they said, "Oh, how's Trish?" And I said,
Oh yeah.
she said, "No, she just died," and I just kept walked off. They actually thought she'd passed for about a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is wrong with him?
What did I say happened? I think she got hit by a truck or something.
Yeah, you
She
hit
was
by a
walk-
bus, I
you were
think.
walking on the street and you had a couple under your belt as a laugh.
Yeah.
And they'd had a few as well. And one of my friend's mothers were there and then she said hello. And then her friend come out of nowhere and said, "Oh, nice to meet you. I'm actually friends with Trish." And the old man obviously saw that as an opportunity and pretty much proceeded to tell this long-winded story about how Trish passed in the last few days. And then she was rattled, sat back down while I was waiting for him to say, "I'm joking," and then he just walked off.
Oh my god.
Because I was hitting on her. So I didn't want to she was like, "Oh, that's terrible." I said, "Yeah, but that's
Moving
life,
forward.
isn't it? It's moving forward. What are you
Oh,
doing
dear.
tonight? Do you want to go to the movies?"
Oh my
It's an
god.
excellent movie place.
You're a bad man.
I am a bad man. I am the Night Rider. Biggest star of 2014, Trish.
I went Jennifer Lawrence.
She's good.
On the top of, she had a string of hugely successful movies from 2012 till 2015. Do you know, between 2015 and 2016, her films grossed over $5.5 billion.
Wow, good one.
Because she was in franchises like X-Men and Hunger Games.
Yep.
So, do you want me to list some of her movies?
Yeah, that's probably not going to stop you anyway.
Okay. 2012, Silver Lining Playbook, 92% Rotten Tomatoes. 2013, Hunger Games Catching Fire, 90%. and American Hustle, 92%.
I like American Hustle.
It was a great movie.
Excellent
Both
film.
good movies.
Yeah, and then
Congratulations to
2014,
you.
X-Men, Days of Future, 90%.
Yeah.
Hunger Games, Mockingjay, Part 1, 69%. So
Oh.
all very high. And then,
Bit of a drop.
yeah, a little bit in the 69%. And then Hunger Games, Mockingjay, Part 2 in 2015, 70%.
Well, good one, Trish.
And she's not really done that much since, has she? She did that shocking film called Mother. Oh,
Is it bad?
it was terrible. It was with Javier Bardem. Yeah, I did love her in Red Sparrow. That was a great movie.
Good one.
Did you see that one?
Yeah,
Where she's
she was good. She was excellent.
ballet dancer.
Congratulations to you, Jennifer Lawrence. You had a hell of a year.
She did.
Who did you have?
I thought it was a really, again, bad year. You have a look at some of the people in the top 5. Channing Tatum, turd.
Yes.
Dwayne Johnson, turd.
Oh, I
Mark
like him too.
Wahlberg, Turd.
Love him too.
You love Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, Matt's just, he's turned on people. What's wrong
Hey,
with you?
apparently there's a Wahlburgers coming into Manly.
That wouldn't surprise me because the people, a prominent Northern Beaches family are the ones that have
Yeah. They,
joined in with him.
they're
To
They're
do
the
it.
ones that own
They're
Warrior
Warrior.
Cinema.
That's right. Yeah.
they're
My
built-
man.
The Mustafa.
Ray Mustafa?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mustaka.
Roy
Mustaka.
Mustaka. No,
Sorry.
not the Lion King.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, come on, yeah.
Although he is a good singer.
He's a
He
very good
is.
singer.
Very
He sings.
talented singer.
Yep. Who'd you have, Cooper?
Well, thanks for bagging him. I had Channing Tatum.
Turd.
Yeah, I love Channing Tatum. What
but-
movie?
He only had a big, similar to J Law, big 2-year period. Magic Mike.
Oh, he got an Oscar for that?
What a body.
I don't know. But,
Climbing the ladder to success. Who's says?
21 Jump Street, 22 Jump Street, G.I. Joe, and White House Down.
Oh,
Which probably
there were some stinkers there.
The last two, G.I. Joe and White House Down, are good. But 21 Jump Street, 22 Jump Street, and
Loved
Magic
it.
Mike were very. I didn't actually see Magic Mike.
I did. It was good.
21 Jump Street. I love
Let
that.
me tell you.
Him and Jonah Hill. The scene where the guy get his penis shot off and they have to pick it up with the mouth.
Yeah, yeah.
They have to pick it up with what?
A mouth. A mouth.
His mouth.
What are you
Yeah.
a man or a mouth? Jack?
I went with Robert Downey Jr.
Well, don't get emotional, mate. It's okay.
I love Robert Downey Jr.
He's in his golden Marvel run, I think. He's in the middle of it just after the first Avengers. So he was pretty untouchable at this point.
Well done, John Favreau. He's got a lot to thank him for. Okay. Tip of the week. Anyone?
I've got one.
Go for it.
If you want to save some time, I've started doing this. I don't know if it'll work for ours because we kind of talk pretty fast. If you speed up your podcast to 1 1/4, you save a bit of time.
Oh, thanks, good. No worries.
But I've never done it, and
Hey,
I've just started doing it. Yeah.
It's good. Yeah, it's you probably
Time
end up-
saver.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Thank you, Cooper.
Yes.
Smart
Takes away the pregnant pauses, though. It's always important
Well, it's
for
all right.
effect.
for comedic. Yes.
People are busy.
Okay, that's all from us. Guys, I want to apologise for our lack of professionalism today. Sorry, I'll move close to the microphone. I've got to
Get your face right on it, Matt.
Yes. I want to apologise for my lack of professionalism today, people. I haven't been at the best. Got to understand it's a long year. And
I think we've only got 3 more shows to go.
have we?
Only 3 more.
Yeah,
You know
we
what?
can. It's been-
I like the chaotic.
I do too.
It's different. But I do have a text from Jack. It was 16 minutes ago, and it said, "This must be our worst podcast ever."
Oh,
Probably aimed at Dad, but I've
Right.
actually enjoyed it.
In fact, you know what?
it's nice to have you here.
It's a walk-off. See you later, guys.
See you. Have a great week.
I'm thinking out loud that maybe we found love right where we are. Or maybe we found love right where we are. And we found love right where we are.